Hello, my lovely sisters. How is your January 30th going? I hope it is absolutely fantastic. I am so excited to begin this Imbolc portal with you tomorrow. So, what is Imbolc? It is all about the belly of the mother, the hearth, the time when we give blessing to the tools that are going to plant the seeds of what we are going to grow. It is a time to stop hunkering down and getting to work. It is a time to clean the air, clean the space, and welcome in new, powerful, wonderful energies. Now, I love those modern day society connections. So guess what Imbolc has morphed into? Valentine's Day. Yes, you are correct. The colors of Imbolc are going to be those of reds, whites, silvers, pinks. Okay, all of those loving colors. We also celebrate the goddess Bridget, who is known to being one with fire. She is the goddess of fire. And she also, well, she's the patron goddess of fire, just to put that out there so I can correct myself. She is also one that guides with healing, poetry, midwifing, and really just all things that bring about something new, creative, inspiring, eternal in the coming time. When we talk about the belly of the mother, we talk about this connection, this feeding, this nurturing of what we want to blossom, to birth, to bring into life. So that is what Imbolc is going to be all about. Now, step one, please, 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 tonight begin cleaning your home. And I don't just mean rearranging things. I mean wiping down the moldings, wiping down the windowsills, taking that gunky filter off our physical realm, because the physical realm is a mirror of our subconscious spiritual realm. If you have dust on your shelves, dust on your windows, I bet you there are ideas in your mind that are bringing dust into your life in general. They're collecting dust. They are not being utilized. They are sitting there filled with this old energy when all they want is new energy to break free with, okay? So I am so excited about this Imbolc portal. If you weren't a part of the Yule portal, or if you haven't watched the other videos, the Imbolc portal is going to be a collective experience where we share, where we communicate, where we allow ourselves to learn and understand the times and things to come. All right. So the month of February is also very special to me because I am a Pisces down to my core. I am actually a triple Pisces, meaning my sun, moon, and ascendant are all in Pisces. Now, this triple sign only happens if you are born on sunrise of a new moon, okay? So the moon is going to be there right at sunrise. So for me, this time is very, very influential. I am also right on the cusp of Aquarius going into Pisces, because I am Pisces on February 21st and Aquarius ends on the 18th. So this whole month coming up in general is just a very, very powerful one for me. Always has been. It has been in the past up until now, where I am one with myself and my energies, because even last year when I was doing all this, I was in a really big growth stage, just coming into my own, starting these breakthroughs, beginning my work with Divination Dreamer and everything like that. But this February, I might turning in the oldest age I'll ever be in my life up until this point. But I also feel so much younger and in spirit in the physical. I've never been healthier. I've never had more energy. I've never felt more at one and at peace with my surroundings and what is going on. So for me, Imbolc is definitely a great time to just clear that space and be ready to come in to my true nature and who I am. If you do not know a lot about your birth chart, I highly recommend you at least look into those three things: your moon, sun, and your rising. Now, there are a lot of other things that coincide and feed into who you are, but knowing those three is really going to help you gain a better understanding. I highly recommend pairing those three with your life path number, okay? So also with Imbolc, this time is all about healing and rebirth and fire, sparking that eternal flame to bring forward our truest, most authentic, raw desires. And I don't mean desires as in what you want or what you are seeking. I mean desires in what you are going to share with the collective to become one within yourself. Okay? So Imbolc is going to be an extremely good time to, I would say, this is how I view Imbolc. It is an extremely good time to clear away and let be. So just as you're cleaning and dusting things off and preparing, you're at this center point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, okay? And before the winter solstice happened and before, December began, we really cleared out our spaces. We prepared for our spiritual reset in the winter where we hunker down and really dive inward and put ourselves to rest and kind of just get through the whole, cycle and this whole thing that's happening, the darkness. It's a very big shadow time. Now, this February 2nd, February 1st Imbolc date, this is when we're preparing to bring everything from the spiritual rest period into fruitation and whatnot. So one of the traditions that has to go with Imbolc is it's kind of like a dairy ceremony celebration. So it's the slaughtering of the sheep, it's the the milking of the goats, all of these types of things. So I highly recommend that you celebrate that in whichever way feels right to you. Now the slaughtering of the lambs is kind of like getting ready, taking what's coming to life and filtering it into yourself. Okay, it's doing the work. You're not just sitting there, you're going out into the world and you're doing the work. Now, you do not have to take any of this literally. Personally, I'm vegan, so I will not be eating meat or drinking dairy at this time. However, I will probably do something that has to do with, a nut milk, like honoring what Mother Gaia is giving us. Mother Gaia gives us animals, and Mother Gaia gives us plants. And you have to understand with old traditions going back for a while, at that point in time, slaughter and everything isn't what it is now when we think of factory farming and stuff like that, and mass production, bringing things into the world to take them out. Back then, it means to an end. It is how you fed your family. It wasn't commercial. It was to survive and to live your life, and you honored those things you were taking. So there's a huge difference now. And if you do have some stigma or a dietary restriction or a dietary choice that comes to those things, I really urge you not to look, because I could easily look at this and be like, oh, I'm vegan, this is wrong, I don't agree with this. But we are living in a totally different time now. I'm vegan for different reasons, now because of how things are done. However, back then, that's what you're doing. You're raising things to feed your family, you're growing, you're cultivating, you are honoring the land, you are honoring the animals, you are using all parts of things. It is a totally different experience. So please do not judge. Always be open and aware to cultural differences and time differences. What's happening today is not how things were back then. You didn't have factory farms. You weren't just doing, what I mean, for a luxury or to satisfy a need more so. So just keep that in mind, because that was something I was talking to a friend about. And times are different, so we honor things differently, but you can still do your own, toast to Mother Gaia. So yes, I might not be drinking milk or eating meat, but whatever I do eat that day and do drink, I will thank Mother Gaia for it, because just as animals are brought here throughout the universe, so are plants, and it is all one ecosystem. We are all one, including ourselves. If you remember those energy pyramids from when you were in elementary school or whenever it was, everything goes down, everything is a cycle, a circle, everything feeds into each other. The plants will eventually eat the animals and eat us. Okay, so keep an open mind when it comes to all those things. So the hearth, getting things done, getting ready, taking the steps to gain all the energy to go out into the world, okay, and to accomplish and see the blooming of the seeds we planted back before our spiritual rest and that we took with us through our spiritual rest. So you can think of the winter time, the spiritual rest period, as when a seed is underneath the dirt. It's super dark down there, you know, no sunlight's around. It's waiting, it's waiting, it's waiting. Okay, and then as we reach Imbolc, it starts to, you know, see the sun a little bit. And it's like, oh, yeah. And then as the spring equinox come, everything blooms. So let's think about that. Let's bring that to life and let's move from there. So when we look at crystals and stones to use for Imbolc, some things are going to be amethyst, also garnet and bloodstone. I happen to have my own choices that I liked for Imbolc. So I do have amethyst, and amethyst is big for me, especially with my February birthday. So I have my little bottle of amethyst, and then I have a raw one as well. Now be careful leaving amethyst in the sun just because of fading, okay? And then this one is a carnelian heart. And I kind of relate that to Imbolc because of the shape and because of the color and because Bridget is the patron goddess of fire, and this reminds me of fire. So carnelian, really great for creativity, really great for your own inspiration, your own warmth, everything of the sort. And then of course, my selenite. I always have my selenite is white so it matches, and it is just one of my favorite crystals. It can do so much for you, so much for your environment. I literally have it all over my home. Okay, so cleaning for Imbolc, let's do that. Let's really deep clean. Let's get it done. Plus, I don't know if you do the Super Bowl in your house, but if you do, it might get a little messy on the second. So why not use that as some motivation to get things really clean now? Deep clean, deep clean, deep clean. Dust the edges, allow new energy to come into your life. I also recommend after you get your fine cleaning done, do yourself a smudge of whatever herbs that you see fit and you would like to use. Also, if you have carpets in your home, really great negative energy detoxifier, I guess, if that's a word. I really don't think it is. Detox, though, sprinkle salt on your carpet and then vacuum it up, okay? And as you sprinkle it, speak into existence, it pulling the negative ions and energy from your space, from your home, cleansing and protecting you and your family. Vacuum that all up, okay? So we're doing the cleaning. Also, keeping track of your subconscious blueprint. This will be something to really look at on the day of Imbolc. It'll be one of the last things that we look at in the portal. So the portal is going to close the morning or mid-afternoon of the 3rd, depending on my work schedule. But the 2nd and the 1st are going to have celebration dates. Tomorrow is just going to be a lot of info and stuff like that so that we can really get a view on everything it is we're going to be diving into. Tomorrow I'll also be releasing some discovery prompts so you can start thinking and stuff like that. Okay, so stone, amethyst, garlic. Okay, so you need bay leaves as well. You never need a tool. I suggest for one of our activities we're going to do getting some bay leaves because we are going to put together a little something special. And it's just going to be a really fun, small activity. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you as well. And we're going to be sharing some spells, mantras, all of those types of things. I also recommend, this is going to be another activity, but get yourself a glass jar, 2 of them actually, or a glass vessel of some sort. And let's do some white candles if you have them. They can just be tea lights too. Nothing special, okay? So let's go over our little energy reading for the day. And can you believe I've done more videos in the last week than I've probably done in the last 6 months? Like how I'm finally looking up again. Okay, so today's intuitive card pull we are looking at, again, we have opulence, which we received yesterday. Followed by opulence, we have wisdom. So when we start to add joy into our life, fun things, luxury into our lives, we can realize how much we really have around us. So even if it's something small, like treating yourself to a coffee if you normally don't, or doing a face mask and watching some shitty TV show that you absolutely love that's a guilty pleasure, you know, making something to eat that feels like really, really naughty, you know, like something like that. So when we add all that to our lives, we feel really good. And when we feel really good, we allow our intuitive spirit to really come through. I have a really bad sun glare today. We allow our intuitive spirit to really come through, which is our wisdom, our inner voice. Okay? And then right as we were talking about the belly of the mother and rebirth and, you know, for everything coming to fruition is when we drew this fertility card, which is really special because it's just like you know, that mirror of like what you're saying and what's being brought to life through energy, okay? So we have the fertility card. Now, fertility isn't always just about having babies or getting pregnant or anything like that. It's also a huge sign of new opportunities, because when you are resourceful, when you are listening to your spirit, when you are feeling good, new opportunities come your way. You're receiving, you're open, you're vibrating at a high frequency, okay? And then from there we have solitude. As we're creating and as we get to know ourselves more and as we listen to ourselves more and our inner voice, we really are brought into a place of turning inward and thinking and not feeling alone within ourselves, because we have the whole universe within us, okay? And at the top we have contemplation, which goes so nicely after solitude, because contemplation is all about turning inward and thinking and examining our subconscious, our soul, our ideas, our morals, our everything like that. And this card also came up when I was talking about the subconscious blueprint, which is really fun as well. So that is the card read for today. We went over the stuff we need to prepare for Imbolc. We went over a little bit about what Imbolc is, and Bridget, the patron fire goddess. And just think again, I just really want to go over this one more time. So you have the patron fire goddess, Bridget, who's all about spark, healing, the eternal flame, poetry, which is, you know, words of the soul and feeling and everything like that. So you have her symbolizing that. And then you have these belly of the mother, hearth, dairy, goat ceremony type of deals that are celebrations. People drink a lot of dairy. They do the goat slaughter to gain nutrients, gain energy, to fill their bellies, to allow for getting things done, to going out there and taking the steps and the tools, farming, you know, your ideas to bloom at the spring equinox, okay? So it all comes together. When you step back and you really think about those things, you completely realize, oh, that makes so much sense. We also learned today that Imbolc morphed into Valentine's Day, which put those connections together. You have the same colors. You have the month of February. You have this celebration of love and joy, and people, you know, make babies and have sex and all of this stuff. It's about loving, nurturing, the belly of the mother, the womb, new life. It's all about that. So you have this modern day connection again. Okay, so tomorrow is a big day. We begin our portal. It's going to be different this month because than the winter solstice portal, annual portal, because we're holding it in the Divination Dreamer group. It is not in a separate group. Everybody has the opportunity to participate, and it's just going to be a really interactive, fun experience. And I just can't wait to have you all there. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and just go out there and really feel everything around you. Embrace it. Let that flame ignite.